Hello, my name is Christy, and that's irrelevant to the whole video. You don't need to know my name, but what you do need to know is that tomorrow, January 8th, is a very special day. Now, unless you know me personally, you probably wouldn't know that unfortunately on August 4th of 2019, my grandpa passed away. And tomorrow, hopefully this is uploaded on January 8th, hopefully, because that will be his birthday and it'll be his first birthday that he's not here, but I still want to celebrate because he is a literal angel and I love him forever and I want to still celebrate his birthday even though he's not here. I don't really have a plan for this video other than literally just make him a cake and talk about him. So hopefully it's not the most boring thing in the world. If I'm talking out of order and rambling, what else is new? Just get over it. Also, I know talking about like loss and death and grief like publicly, whether it be to a small platform or a large platform, is kind of frowned upon a little bit. Like I know you should probably keep things like more private, but one, I do what I want and two, I don't know, I think talking about things and being very open about literally anything makes me feel a lot more comfortable, and I don't know, that's kind of how I deal with things. And also everybody has been telling me that there is no right or wrong way to grieve, and like I said, I feel like talking about things and being very transparent is how I like to grieve. So if you don't like that I'm making a video celebrating my grandpa who's no longer here, then please click away. Goodbye. Anyway, let's make a cake for grandpa. Okay, so for grandpa's birthday, we're gonna make a strawberry cake with cream cheese frosting and some really cute sprinkles. And we got some candles. And so yeah, it's gonna be delicious. And we have a special guest who will be coming to and from. This is Will.
Hey.
Hey.
Who are you? Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Who was that guy?
I don't, he just keeps coming in my apartment. I don't know. I feel bad for him, so I let him come in sometimes. Oh my god, this smells so good. Grandpa was born on January 8th, 1946. That means tomorrow he would have been 74. His name was Steve. He was born and raised in Warsaw, Illinois. Actually, he might have been born in Keokuk, Iowa, but he grew up in Warsaw. That's what he talked like. I don't know why he had a country accent. I don't associate people from Illinois having a country accent, but he did, so cool. He is a Navy veteran. We didn't know much about what he did in the Navy because he didn't like to talk about it until after he passed away, because we contacted the Navy to come to his service to do a cool little Navy recognition and honor guard, and they brought like all this documentation from what he did during his service, and it was pretty epic. So on to the fun stuff. My grandpa basically spent all of his life building things, fixing things, designing things. He was so talented at literally everything. He was also very, very good at math. You could literally be like, hey grandpa, what's 649 plus 3,472? And he'd be like, brr, like immediately just know the answer. He's a very smart guy. But some things about me and my grandpa. I just got so many eggshells in here. Okay. So my grandpa was basically my BFF. I grew up, I wouldn't say primarily, actually kind of, with my grandma and grandpa when I was really small, so I was always super close to my grandma and my grandpa. He's basically like another dad to me. I literally cannot find this eggshell. What have I done? I don't know if you can see it, but I don't think I'm gonna have any luck finding the eggshell, so we're just gonna eat it. Oh yes, so me and my grandpa were very, very close since I was itty bitty to all the way right now. And fun fact, my grandpa was the first person to either hold me or just touch me. I'm pretty sure he said before I came all the way out, he like they like let him like touch my head. Just kind of gross, but he was like on my, not my last birthday, but the birthday before, he sent me a text telling me that that was the coolest thing that he's ever been through, because I don't think he was able to go to any of his kids' births. I think he like missed all of them for being in the service. And then I think with my mom, he was like too late. Like he was like downstairs, and by the time he got like upstairs to the hospital room, like my mom already like flew out or something. So I think I was like one of the first births he was like there for. But anyway, he loved the fact that he got to be like the first person to touch me and hold me. And then my mom always talks about how my grandpa was one of the only people that could like calm me down when I was crying when I was a baby. He would like hold me a certain way, and like she would always like call him and come to him like when she couldn't like console me as a baby. And he was really good with kids and babies. Babies loved him. Pretty much everybody loved my grandpa. My favorite things to do with him as of like my adult life was he loved watching the Kardashians with me, and he would watch Dancing with the Stars with me and my grandma, and he would watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and Jersey Shore and like award shows like MTV Music Awards, and he was like up with it. Like every year he'd be like, oh, that's The Weeknd again, his hair's different. Or, oh, that's Selena Gomez, your grandma looked like her when she was her age. And yeah, I don't know, he was like, I don't know, love him for that. And I always lived really close to my grandma and grandpa's, like even after moving out. But my work was literally in the same like neighborhood as my grandparents' house. So when my grandpa wasn't working down at the ranch that he lived at and worked at, well, I would go to my grandparents every day on my lunch break. And if he was in town, he would text me every day saying like, good morning, sweetie pie. What do you want for lunch today? And it was usually Taco Bell or Panda Express, or he would cook me food, which is another point, was that he was really good at cooking. He was really good at making pretty much any fried food. Everybody knows him for his amazing catfish fish fries, and he was really good at making pork tenderloins and fried mushrooms and basically anything. One of my other favorite things about my grandpa was that his favorite color was purple, and he liked flowers and nature and things that aren't like manly, you know, like bystander or whatever. He loved like beautiful things and beautiful colors and stuff like that. Like I made sure that at his service that there were like so many flowers and that everything was purple. He loved animals. He spent a lot of time with like stray cats at the ranch that he worked at. He had a 3-legged cat at the ranch. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little intermission so I can mix this with an actual mixer, but look at the color, it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very pretty. I'm gonna grease the pan, turn the oven on, and do all the boring stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the oven is ready. I poured the cake into the pan. Please come take a look. It's obviously not the most beautiful cake in the whole wide world, but I think it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. Alright. I think that's another thing that Grandpa loved, is he loved my dancing. Especially this one. He laughed every time. He laughed every time. He thought I was really funny. Actually, that's a lie. He looked at me like this a lot. But he loved me. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but my grandpa's favorite color was purple. So we're gonna make the frosting purple. And lucky for us, we don't even have to mix food coloring for icing frosting. We already have a straight up purple one. What do you think, lavender or dark purple?
I'd say dark purple, but that's just me.
Okay. So light purple. I'm just kidding. So I already talked about how much my grandpa loved watching TV with us. And literally it wasn't that he would just sit there and put up with us watching the Kardashians or The Bachelor or Jersey Shore. He would enjoy it. But anyway, he genuinely enjoyed those shows and would request to watch them at times. But in addition to those things that he would watch with me, because he loved me and loved the shows, he watched a lot of like Food Network, and he loved watching The Sopranos with my grandma, and they watched a lot of like crime shows, and they watched a lot of like movies together. He loved movies. I think his favorite movie was Forrest Gump, or maybe Rain Man. I'm not 100% sure, but I know those were definitely among his favorites. The last time I saw him was over summer, and it was right when the Ashley O episode of Black Mirror came out, and I watched it with him and he loved it. Ooh, another one of my grandpa's favorite things is ice cream. We would always go to Dairy Queen and get ice cream cones. He literally always wanted ice cream. Obviously, he loved fishing. That's how he got his catfish, which he made so deliciously, but he was such a good fisherman. He loved to fish. He loved going back home to Illinois to fish with his brother. I don't know, he was pretty much just a cowboy. A very nice little cowboy. Okay, now I think it's perfect. Okay, fun update. The cake is ready to be taken out of the oven. But I'm weak, so we're gonna make Will take it out. Ooh, it looks so cute. We're gonna wait for that to cool, then we're gonna decorate it. Dang it. So the cake is cooled. We tried to get it out of the pan, but it's a little bit stuck. So we're just gonna decorate it while it's in here. Doodaloo. You can cut if you. Will, what was your favorite part about Grandpa, or your favorite memory with him?
My favorite memory with him. I liked all the pizza we would get.
Oh yes, we loved getting pizza and wings together.
Pizza and wings.
Grandpa would always ask, like, is Will working? And then if I said no, he'd be like, let's get some pizza and wings.
Yeah. Just sitting and talking with him was always fun. He always had a lot of fun stories. And always had some kind of funny look at things.
This is looking so good. Sprinkle time. This is so cute. Right, what do you think? Good?
Looks great.
Okay, I love how this turned out. It looks so cute. It's very grandpa-esque. He would love it.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you. Okay. Happy birthday! Yay! We must see how it tastes. Watch out for eggshells.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Mm. I did it.
Yummy. Good job.
So, I'd like to end this video by saying, I don't want to say that it makes it easier. I don't want to use the word easier because I don't want it to sound like anything about losing anybody is easy. But what does make it, I'm just going to say the word easier, is the fact that I always told my grandpa how much I loved him all the time, and I always made sure to spend all the time with him and have conversation with him and give him a hug literally every time I saw him, and told him that he was my best friend all the time, so at least I don't have like any guilt of like, oh, I hope he knows how much he meant to me, because I told him all the time. And I feel like people need to do that more often. Because I feel like so many times I hear people say like, don't wait until somebody's gone to like say what you feel. So I always told my grandpa how I felt, and he knew I loved him so much. One of the very last times I saw my grandpa, he was like kind of like having back pain that day, and so when he was getting up off the couch, he was like, ugh, and I like made a comment like, how are you feeling? And he said, wonderful. And he did that a lot too. He would seem like he was grumpy, so I'd ask him how he was doing, but he would always say like, wonderful. So he did kind of seem like he wasn't like in the best mood, but I still asked him, if you could be any age, if you could change to be any age right now, what age would you choose? And he just was like, this one. And like, I thought that was really cute because he was like feeling old that day, and he still was just like, it doesn't matter, I wouldn't change it. And that's what I really liked about my grandpa too. He just was kind of like a don't give a crap kind of guy. He was just like, well, it is what it is, so whatever. But yeah, this cake was really good. I'm really glad I did this. It was kind of like a last minute thought, because I wanted to do something for his birthday. And I think this was the perfect way to anyway, everybody wish my grandpa a happy birthday, because he was the freaking bomb and I love him. I'm like making a mess.
I know.
Alright. Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Happy birthday.
Hello. Oh my god, I think I got the eggshell.
You're the winner. We should go buy lottery tickets.
Well,
Did you get it?
Yeah. That's a good way to end the video.
Oh. It looks like a rock. That doesn't look like an eggshell.
Maybe it's a sprinkle. No, it's an eggshell. Well, and on that note, goodbye.